Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of Andrewsfootball.com. Wait, what am I doing? How are you going to recognize me? Oh, man, I got so excited about my very first video in a new series. It's my mock draft. Now, if you go to my website, www.andrewsfootball.com, I've already released my mock draft. You can also check it out on various social media platforms. Now, I'm going to do mock drafts throughout now till the draft, till the first day of the draft. So I'm going to do several. I don't have an exact amount, but I've just released my first one. But what I'm doing is daily videos between now and the start of the draft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down all the selections, 1 through 32 in the first round, and I'm going to give additional information on each team. I'm even going to talk about teams that aren't drafted in the first round, New Orleans Saints, for example. And I'm going to go through all the details. So, by the way, from now until draft day, if you do have a question regarding the draft, let me know. I'm here to answer questions. If you have a question, I, of course, have an answer. So, now, what I'm going to do also is that as free agency comes around, I'm going to switch my mock drafts. I'll go back in time and I'll switch things up. But without further ado, if you see my mock draft, you already know the selection, but for the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, I have the Arizona Cardinals selecting Kyler Murray. And before I explain the Kyler Murray pick, let me explain how a general manager works. Now, I'm giving you a general rule of thumb, okay? Now, all 32 teams are slightly different. The Cincinnati Bengals and Dallas Cowboys, the owners are the general managers. In the Kansas City Chiefs organization, after the 2012 season where Scott Pioli was the general manager and he was fired, Clark Hunt took a very unusual step in hiring both Andy Reid and John Dorsey. He said both of them were going to report directly to Clark Hunt. Now, they're the only team I know that has both the general manager and the head coach report directly to the owner. And then rumor mill was that John Dorsey came from Green Bay, where they have the rule you always trade down, you never trade up, you always take the best player available. It's an old Ron Wolf mess. It was an old Ron It was an old Ron Wolf strategy. And rumor mill was Andy Reid wanted Patrick Mahomes. Dorsey didn't. Reid won power struggle. Now Dorsey's in Cleveland, doing a fantastic job in Cleveland, by the way. But as a general rule of thumb, as a general manager, you only get 2 coaches. Okay? It's like baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. As a general rule of thumb, you can choose 2 coaches. You don't get 3. Now, for those of you that don't know, Steve Keim is the general manager for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Steve Keim has a very interesting career. He started with the Arizona Cardinals in 1999 as a regional scout, did that to 2005. Had his whole career for Arizona, which is very rare. Director of college scouting from 2006 to 2007, director of player personnel 2008 to 2011, vice president of player personnel 2012, took over as GM in 2013, and he brought on Bruce Arians, one of my favorite coaches, now the head coach in Tampa Bay. And for those of you who don't know, the Cardinals have had bad success throughout the history of their organization. They actually have a great organization. They just haven't won a lot. Bruce Arians brought them wins, playoff appearances. They took them to the NFC Championship game. Then he retired. Last year, they went ahead and went in a different direction, went defense, young defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. It didn't work out. Why is this important? All right, you're on coach number 3. This is rare, but this is kind of an unusual situation. Bottom line, if they do really bad this year and Kingsbury goes, Keim's going to go. Okay, Keim's not. This isn't baseball. He's going to get these 2 strikes, then he's gone. You could say 3, but Aaron's retired. Why is this important? Well, if you draft Kyler Murray, jersey sales, the buzz is going to be insane. You're going to sell lots of season tickets. You're going to sell lots of jerseys. You're going to generate a lot of revenue, which unfortunately football is a business, and you got to generate money. Drafting Kyler Murray is going to generate the Arizona Cardinals a ton of money. before he even plays it down. And drafting a young rookie quarterback is going to generate you a lot of money. You also get some time to kind of fix this team. Let's say they draft Nick Bosa or Josh Allen. They need to win now. All right? They need to win now. And if they don't dramatically improve from a 3-win team in a very tough division, look at who you got in this division. You got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, you got San Francisco, 2 playoff teams, 1 Super Bowl team, and a lot of people thought San Francisco could have gone to the playoffs. Ton of injuries, but they're on the upswing, and they pick next, by the way. So you either got a choice of winning now, or you can draft a quarterback. Again, you get at least a minimum of 1 extra year to kind of build the team around him. So this makes sense from a lot of different ways. You get, if you draft Kyler Murray, you build yourself at least 1 more year that you can build your team around. And this team has a lot of holes, but this team also has a lot of good spots. Number one, the defense is pretty good, believe it or not. Usually the the team that's first overall pick in a draft usually has a terrible team. That's not the case with Arizona. All right, they actually have a good defense. They have a young receiver in Christian Kirk. They have David Johnson, who wasn't the same player, but it's very likely that he's going to be better this year than he was last year. You got Larry Fitzgerald coming back. The best thing about the Arizona Cardinals is that you have to trade Rosen. Okay, if you draft Kyler Murray, you're going to trade Rosen, and you're going to get a draft pick. Now, keep in mind they traded up for Rosen, but they gave up the 15th pick in the draft. A third-round pick was 79th pick. The 5th-round pick was 157. These are all 2018 draft picks. You didn't sacrifice any 2019 picks, and you have a ton of draft picks. You have 3 in the 6th round, 3 in the 7th round, and you have the first pick rounds 1 through 6. So you have a lot of draft picks. You get rid of Rosen, and you're going to trade him, you're not getting a 1. Some people are saying, well, he's the 10th pick. And no, you're not getting a 1. More than likely, you're probably going to get a 3rd and an additional pick, or you're going to get a 2nd. I keep hearing high 2nd. I don't see that. I really think that for Rosen, you're going to get a 3rd this year, and then you're going to get an extra pick in 2020. That's my prediction, but I'll update this as this goes along. But if you draft Kyler Murray, you get an extra year. You're going to get a draft pick, and keep in mind, the biggest weakness on this team is offensive linemen. And because you get 3 picks in the 6th round and 3 picks in the 7th round, there's a good chance you may be able to find some gems. You could also use those picks to parlay yourself with the Rosen pick. You may even get back into the 1st round, because this draft is really deep on offensive linemen. So drafting Kyler Murray, you'll have an opportunity to draft linemen, which is the Arizona Cardinals' biggest weakness. You get yourself an extra year that you can keep your job if you're Steve Keim. And you also get to sell a lot of jerseys, because this is going to be a fun team to watch. Now, would they be better if they went with Nick Bosa or Josh Allen year 1? I think so. I think it would affect the win column. I think they would win more games, but it'll be a lot more fun and a lot more exciting for me, who's not a Cardinals fan, for them to watch them take Kyler Murray. So I'm all aboard the hype train right now. This could change. If it does, I'll update you, of course. But for right now, the first pick in the draft will be Kyler Murray. So thank you very much for watching my first installment of the NFL Mock Draft videos. All your wildest dreams will come true if you are a subscriber to my channel. If you're not a subscriber to Andrews Football, there's this little button right down here. See that button? Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Wait till tomorrow. I'll be doing the 2nd pick in the draft. Guess who the 49ers are going to take? Find out tomorrow.